you so much for your time, guys. It's that time of the evening once again every Saturday right here on Citizen TV, the Fashion Watch. Thanks so much for watching. The hashtag is Fashion Watch, and we invite your fashion-related comments and questions. Start tweeting right away. Use the hashtag Fashion Watch. The Fashion Watch panelists in the house every Saturday, starting from this end with Ian Mbugua. He is your celebrated Tasker Project fame judge. He is a renowned thespian, celebrated the world, Kenya and the world over. And next to Ian is, of course, Carol Odero, award-winning fashion journalist. And, of course, you know her from the Fashion Watch and a number of publications that she's done, fashion-related and otherwise. Of course, on this other end is Robert Burale. He is an image consultant, a motivational speaker, and we like to call him Pastor as well. He is with us in studio. And our blonde, beautiful friend, not blonde in the real sense, but blonde color of the hair. Annabelle Onyango is back. We missed you, Annabelle, last week. Looking gorgeous as well. Celebrated fashion stylist with us in studio. So let's take a look at what was going on, and starting with the Madaraka Day celebrations, where a lot of you, of course, were talking about the First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta. She stepped out in a red dress with Maasai accessories. A lot of you loved this look, but let me hear from Annabelle. Annabelle, what did you think about this look?
I mean, we see the First Lady a lot on this show because she's a First Lady. We look up to her. You know, we expect her to sort of come out with these looks that wow us every time. And this look, I like the fact that it's African-inspired, and I like the fact that she's done it in a way that may not be traditional. There's no African print, but it's still African because she has her her statement Maasai necklace, which I think is cool. If you look closely, however, she's wearing also a statement piece on her head. And in my mind as a stylist, I always feel like if you're going to wear a statement piece, and you should really only wear one statement piece at a time. So I feel like she should have picked one, either the headpiece or the neck piece, and committed to that as opposed to doing both. But still, it's nice to see her sort of experimenting with her looks and, you know, always giving us something new. We never know what she's going to come up with next, and I like that.
Okay, and do you agree with Annabelle?
Absolutely. I have nothing negative to say about this look. I just love the fact that she's comfortable. I applaud her.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think you missed out on the point. I was Carol, I was asking whether you agree with Annabelle that it should have been either or. The headpiece, the neck piece, that both of them is just a bit too much. What do you think?
Well, I actually think it worked the way it did. Because the headpiece is not, it's a great stunning piece, but because of her hair, it seems to blend into her hair. So then the most noticeable thing first is the statement necklace. Though, I mean, when I look at this look, the first thing I thought when I saw it is, how can I get one like that in blue, or in red, or in green, or in pink? And to some extent, I feel like the First Lady is failing the fashion industry. I get that she's not supposed to be a fashion model, and she's not supposed to be celebrated specifically for her clothes, but there is an agenda she can actually push just by virtue of what she wears. Fashion is about brands, it's about storytelling. What's the story behind the necklace? Who are the women in Narok who made it? Who made the dress? Do we know any of this? I don't think fashion should necessarily be a state secret. I just feel like there's more that she can share, and I feel like she can be more inclusive when it comes to her fashion decisions. Yeah.
Okay. Food for thought. And Ian, of course, your thoughts on the First Ladies.
I love it. And I love especially that she didn't put on anything on her head.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, I'm wearing African, so I've got to have one of those big head scarves on. I love when, you know, most of the time when she just leaves her hair the way it is, natural.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? And again, you know, food for thought, we'd like to know who dressed the First Lady. Of course, a lot of people look up to her. So if you dressed her, feel free to tweet, unless you've been banned from it. So, I don't know. Yeah, that is actually a very, very good point there. And moving on, of course, also there was the Deputy President, William Ruto, and his wife, Rachel Ruto. I want to zero in on the Deputy President's wife, Rachel Ruto. She chose to go with a floral dress and a cute little bolero, but I noticed that she's wearing animal print shoes. If you zoom in, Annabelle, you just gave me a startled look. But this look, I mean, it's friendly to the eye. It looks nice. What did you think about it?
Super bright, super summery. I love the way she's broken up her florals with a little bolero sweater. I mean, she looks really well. She looks really well put together. The only thing I would say is that, and there's always the only thing I would say, but the only thing I would say is that I feel like when you pick a color, I feel like when you overdo it sometimes and it becomes a little bit matchy-matchy, like you wear your sweater that matches your shoes, that matches your bag, I feel like it's a little dated, it ages you a little bit, but aside from that, I mean, that's just nitpicking. I think she looks extremely well put together, and I think her husband is so consistent, Mr. Ruto, in always sort of coming out in really well-fitted suits. He keeps it simple, and he looks consistently great all the time.
Okay. So, of course, looking at presidential ambitions going forward, Robert Burale, you're the one that reads the postures. I mean, he has hinted that,
wait,
you know,
who?
No. I'm talking about the deputy president. What do you think about, you know, what is this particular image saying to you? Do you see authority there? Do you see comfort? I mean, do you see them together, you know, stepping out as if in the coming future we might actually be referring to this as the president and the first lady? I don't know. What do you read?
Without a shadow of a doubt, the deputy president in the last 10 years is consistently in the top 3 best male politicians, without a shadow of a doubt. So this kind of dressing is not just because of maybe ambitions going forward. He's a man of style. He picks his colors very well. You trust maybe gray and black, and then when he has something that maybe tied that has a bit of red, it also tells you, hey, I'm still powerful. So he knows how to bring you in warmth, but also put you away in authority. For me, top 3 best male politicians the last 10, 15 years, without a shadow of a doubt.
And Carol, once again, so this is a couple. Is there harmony in just how they stepped out together in their dressing? Do you think that she considered what he was going to wear? Did he? Of course, guys never really pay attention to what the women are wearing, but what do you think? Well, yeah, that's arguable though. But what do you think?
It does look considered because of his shirt and her blue, and then because of the touch of red. Again, like Robert said, the whole authority. Sometimes Robert, you know, he has a big story, but I have to agree with what he just said. And I do love the fact that she wore leopard print shoes, because anything else would have made the look too matchy-matchy. It's just, you know, blue sweater, blue dress, blue handbag, blue shoes. It's a bit much. I mean, I get it, but you know, there is a point where it can be a bit overwhelming. And I love her look because it's very, very considered, head to toe, very carefully made. I find Ruto's blazer slightly bigger. I've seen him with better fitted suits. This is not one of his best. Yes.
Ian, so of course the rest of the panel feels that Rachel Ruto, you know, was safe in not wearing a matchy shoe. But do you think, for those that like the Stepford Wives look, I don't know, that she should have just gone with a blue shoe and a blue handbag and a blue bolero with a blue print on her dress?
I think she knew exactly what she was wearing, and I think she chose that color, something different from the national colors, because she knew, this being a national event, many people would rather do the green, the black, the red. Yes, so when she chose that, she knew what she was doing. And she looks very lovely.
So very quickly, this is unfair, but who do you think killed it, Carol, the First Lady or Rachel Ruto? Who do you think really pulled it off for that particular
the First
celebration?
Lady.
The First Lady?
Yeah.
Robert?
First Lady.
Okay, the First Lady. Great. What do you think? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Ian, I'm sure you're so happy. So what else was happening out there? Okay, so this is... Can we get a better view of that? Okay, this is...
Nina Ogot.
Nina Ogot, yes. She is the host of the wedding show here at Citizen TV, and this was at a wedding, and I want to start with you, Robert, on that look there.
Well-toned body, right dress, not too busy, not too... she played safe. I'm assuming it was a garden wedding, Annabelle?
Yeah, because I was there.
Yes, okay. Garden wedding, she played very safe. That's all I can say, really.
Annabelle, do you like this look on Nina?
I do. I think it's really bold, and I think people tend to be really conservative when they go to weddings. They tend to be scared to overshadow the bride, or they tend to be scared to not want to do too much or not have too many eyes on them. And I think this is a bold interpretation. She actually performed at this wedding, and that's why you see her sort of taking it one step, probably one notch higher than everybody else. I love the monochrome prints. I love the same print head to toe. I did the same at this occasion, and yeah, I mean, she's a performer and she looks like a performer. So well done, Nina. She's my cousin.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we wouldn't expect it. I know, right?
That's so
No,
much.
the style does run in the family.
Did you also style her?
Nina, oh God, you look lovely. Let's move on and see what else was happening. This is Lupita Nyong'o's brother. He wasn't photobombing anyone here, but what is this that you're doing? You're cringing. So what don't you like about?
What does he have in his pocket? An iPad or something? You just can't have two. He's very smart.
Wait, did I say this is Lupita Nyong'o's brother or
Yes.
Nina Ogot's brother? Okay, Lupita Nyong'o's brother. Yes.
Very smart, but you just kill it by, I don't know, he has some gadgets in his pockets.
It's probably
Clearly.
his phone.
Yeah, you don't no, it's too big.
Phones.
Yeah. It kills it. The guy,
Yeah, Luo.
he's very smart. I know being a Luo is a calling, but put the phones away. He looks very smart. But when you put big things in your pocket, it's just like having a big wallet at the back pocket and you're in a slim fit suit.
Okay, besides
kills
the
it.
fact that Robert feels that he's got too much going on in terms of what he's carrying in his pockets, Carol, the fit of the suit, do you like it?
I love the fit of the blazer. The pants could be a little leaner, mostly because he's youthful, he's young, he's active, he's vibrant. I just think that the pants could have fit him better. Then it
I
would be more
think they
flattering.
would if he wore them properly. They're
I think
sagging.
there's a bit of
But
a
then
sag.
It's the weight of the 7 phones.
If you had the right kind of pants, then the phones would never even fit in the pocket. Yes.
Okay, okay. And Ian, what do you think?
Okay.
It's just okay. All right. Okay. So what do you think? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Let's move on. Okay, so this is a bit of a controversial topic. For those of you who are not aware, this is Bruce Jenner and his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian's mom, that's Kris Jenner. And, so Bruce Jenner decided to, totally change his look. He is now a woman, Caitlyn, I believe. And let's take a look at what Bruce Jenner looks now. For those of you who watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, this is the famous Bruce Jenner, the Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian stepdad. Okay, Robert.
This man is absolutely sick. He needs a lot of help, and I disagree with anybody trying to celebrate this kind of thing. He is a man woman man, who is not sure about himself. That's why he's caught in between two things. And I hate the fact that he celebrated the world over. He's making a lot of money out of making very stupid decisions.
Okay, Annabelle, he's on the cover of Vanity Fair. So aside from, just the sensitivity around this issue and him not knowing whether he's a man or woman, what do you think about this this thing that Bruce Jenner, what is this? What went through your mind when you heard about this?
Well, officially, she is now known as Caitlyn Jenner. So Bruce Jenner is no longer. It's Caitlyn Jenner. And on the Vanity Fair cover, she's wearing a corset by a brand called Trashy Lingerie. And her cleavage is better than probably all of ours here right now. Which I think to me is the salient point. But I think the world is changing, and I think the world has to open their mind to the newer possibilities that are emerging out there in the world, and will probably soon emerge here. And I think everybody has a right to be who they feel like they are. And I think for a person who was a man yesterday, I think she looks really great, actually.
Yeah.
So I think to each his own. More power to her.
Okay, Ian, your thoughts?
I'm really waiting for Ian's talk.
It's really, really wrong, but it shows the wonders of modern science. If they could use it for better things other than this, because he was born a man, he was born in God's image. To start trying to change all that is wrong. He was accepted the way he was. Why couldn't he accept himself the way he is? What happens when he gets tired of being female? will it want to go back to being male?
I can't believe you're calling her an it. And Carol, if you were to write this story, Carol, what would you be selling? What would you be telling
Would you
about
write it?
Caitlyn Jenner?
I find this a very fascinating story, and unlike Robert and Ian, I am aware she actually struggled from the age of 8, and now he's 65. By the time you're 65, if you do not know who you are, you will never find out. So there is that part.
And he has come out to say that he's not. She has come out to say that she's not gay.
Yes.
Never been with a man. That has been clarified. So this is a bit personal, I think.
It is very personal.
Yeah.
But then when I saw these pictures, I also thought, when you see a lot of transgender women, which is men who transform to women, generally speaking, they don't have access to money to make them look feminine. And for her, I think what her advantage is you can't say that, because that's actually considered demeaning in the transgender society. It's like you're disregarding the whole process that she went through. So even if you want to be disrespectful, it is better to not call it an it. Yes.
So better to not call it an it.
Yes, don't call it an it.
Let's
Whatever it is you say.
going.
So for me, the issue is how do you find your own space in a feminine space? If you've grown up as a man, how do you make that work for you? How do you own that? How do you feel comfortable in your own skin now that you've chosen this path? And for me, that is expressed in many different ways, the least of which is through fashion.
Yeah, and bear in mind, for those of you who find this a bit of an uncomfortable topic, that we've actually had news around the transgender community. You remember Audrey, who actually for a long time made headlines because he just was not comfortable being who he was before, and just opted to go with Audrey and might go the Bruce Jenner way. What are your thoughts? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Okay, let's move on. See what else was happening. Okay, our designer this week is Mariam Oliech, and we'll be showcasing her designs shortly. If we could have those on our screens now, just to take a peek at what she's done, some of her designs.
Touch the ground and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. Slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. Slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. Slowly drifting.
So I throw my shades on.
Face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. Slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. Slowly drifting away.
Right, and that is Mariam Oliech. That's her work. Mariam, thank you so much for joining us on the Fashion Watch.
Thank you for
very, very beautiful. Clearly you love pink. Is that fuchsia or that pink? But it's lovely. I mean, really, really beautiful. Tell us about your style, what it's inspired by. We see a lot of African prints going on here. Are you wearing one of your designs as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
this is leather mixed with the African fabric, kitenge. My kind of work, I love Africa. I love African work. I work with African material, African bead. So I wanted to try and incorporate Western kind of fashion mixed with Africa but ensuring that each and every time I design something, there's a touch of Africa on it. Whether it's a bead, whether it's a fabric, whether it's any sort of African ornament. I chose fuchsia, pink fuchsia and the jungle green because tropical and jungle are the in color for spring. So I wanted to mix the kind of Western version with our African fabric.
Excellent,
Yes.
Mariam. And I can't wait to hear what our professionals will say about your work. I
can't wait
but that's
either.
me. Let me start with Annabelle.
Yes.
We see a lot of designers come through the show.
Yes.
And it's really nice to see somebody, to me, who finally has what I would consider a point of view. And what I mean by that is you've presented to us here a cohesive collection, meaning that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completely different looks, but they come together as a collection. They make sense. You've thought through about colors, pattern, and how these were going to tell a story about one unit, which is you as a designer. So congratulations on that. Another thing I would say that I would congratulate you on is really the devil is in the details, and you can see that in what you in the collection you presented here. Everything is super well made and very considered in the detailing. And even if I ask the second model who came out to turn around and show the camera the beadwork that is on her back, model number 2, if you can turn around and show the camera the intricacy of what you've created here. And I think when someone is spending good money to buy a piece of clothing from a designer, they really expect you to sort of go the extra mile and give us the details. And you've really given us the details here. And I think you are an outstanding emerging designer.
Well, thank you very much. I'm humbled.
Great. Okay. Robert?
Absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that I get weak when it comes to the upper body fitting clothes, even for men. And obviously in the last few shows we have not taken care of men per se.
Yes.
Like you see, Ian, I'm sorry, you know, coats like this one, fitting at the top, you understand, it looks quite good. So for the ladies, it's good. I know men want to be taken care of, so if you also have the same thing for men, nice fitting, or you can go to Enkes and buy one like this one. But I just love the fact that it's stylish. You can go for a wedding. This one you can go even for dowry negotiation with this kind of outfit.
Yes,
it fits.
it's
Yeah.
Really?
You don't get lost anywhere.
Yeah.
If the lady at the far end would go and a father-in-law would say, oh, this is a good daughter.
Yes.
And then when you go for your
decent
evening party, the first lady here will go for an evening party.
Yeah.
And if I'm going for my daughter's, if the mother dressed anyhow, you'd not get lost. This is absolutely fantastic.
You can wear it to
Thank
the
you very
club.
much.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, for the younger audience, I'm sure they're just going insane looking at the shorts and the... Okay, so Carol, your thoughts?
Well, your collection it has a very simple aspect to it that makes it very elegant and very feminine, and not just because of the pink, but because for a woman who wants to show off something that she feels is special for her, she can pick anything in your collection and it will work for her. So it flatters a woman regardless of her body size or her body shape, or if she wants to show off her legs or it's her back or it's her cleavage, then she will find something to work with. If she wants to be modest, she'll find something to work with. So I find that even the fact that Annabelle said it's very cohesive, that's a very rare thing, because designers seem to throw together a whole collection of things that they have in storage as opposed to considering the presentation that they're bringing here. So this is quite commendable.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and of course, Ian, your thoughts?
Shows a lot of maturity, shows that you're not just breaking into the market and trying different things. You have settled on what you want, you know what you want, and you've done what you want. And there is something for everyone. The plus size, the slim, old, young, they'll find something that they can wear there. Yes.
Okay,
and
Mariam.
I love your hair.
Thank you very much. Oh, my hairstylist should hear that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same to Mariam. So tell us, where can we find you? Where can people find you? What's your brand name?
All right. My brand name is MOLH Fashion House. I chose M because I'm known as Mariam and as well as Martha Oliech.
Okay.
So I didn't want to choose one name and leave the other, so I wanted to consider both, so they're both M.
Yeah.
I'm based in Makina Market. That's where I work with beautiful tailors. And
Where is Makina?
it's in Kibera.
Okay.
Yeah, I work in Makina Market, and I do market online, Facebook, Instagram. I tend to do a lot of marketing on my personal page because people these days tend to relate when they feel like there's a personal touch to your kind of marketing. I find it sometimes when I post something on the public page, not many people will look at it. They'll probably brush it off. But when you put it on your personal page and then tag it to your public page, it sort of
letting your secrets out.
So what are your price ranges, Mariam? This looks pricey. It looks out of this world. I'm just trying to say it looks really good. So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
It depends on the kind of fabric I'm using. If I'm using plain African fabric, the price is slightly lower. But if we're using something like stretch cotton, it's a bit pricey.
Give us a margin.
So for the play suit, it's something like $4,500.
Okay.
And up to the gown that Anne is wearing, that goes for around $12,000.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you source for your fabric locally? Do you have it imported?
I import the African fabric. I import from Tanzania.
Okay.
And then the rest of the fabric I buy them locally.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So introduce the models to us, please, and then we'd like, of course, you to stand and give us a bit of a twirl. So
All right. I love twirling.
The beautiful dress that she has on. She's wearing one of her designs.
All
Mariam,
right.
if you will, please. So that is her design. What do you think of Mariam Olietche's designs? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Let us know. And it's got African print.
On the inside.
Yes, I wanted to blend in with them.
Wow. Very, very nice.
All right, thank
Mariam.
you.
Okay, so an intro of the lovely ladies.
Lindsay, if you may. She's wearing a play suit. And I wanted to design something that you can wear 2 blankets at one. You can still go out with it later, and you don't feel like you have to go home and change. And then the next model is wearing a fitted pencil dress with African beads at the back.
Okay.
The slit can go higher because
it's got a zip.
Yeah, it's got a zip at the back. So to the office, you just throw on a small jacket and tuck in the beads and finish your work. Then when you want to go out, have a cocktail, just pull up the zip, throw away the jacket, and you move on. Then model number 3, that's the jacket is a bit split in the front. There's an opening in the front. I got the idea of, it's a bit chilly, it's hot as well, like if the weather is moderate and you want to go somewhere, you want something that you can walk around and not feel too cold, not feel too tied up, and it's short as well. Then the fourth model is a corset jumpsuit.
It's a jumpsuit. It's a one piece.
Yes, it's one piece.
Okay.
It's a jumpsuit with a small jacket on top. That as well, you can wear it to work, and then when you finish work, just remove the upper piece, and then you remain with a corset jumpsuit. And the last one is a gown. This you can wear it to any form of, grand event, a function, a wedding. If you're daring, like me, you can put the slit a bit higher. If you want to be a bit preservative, you can lower the slit.
Okay, so it's got a zipper as well?
No, it doesn't have a zipper. So
that's, when you're designing.
Yes, when I'm designing.
Opt for a shorter slit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Mariam, thank you very much
Thank you.
for your time, and of course for letting us look at and critique your beautiful, beautiful designs. Talk to us on Fashion Watch if you want to know more about Mariam Olietche's designs. She has said she's online, so you can look her up as well. That's all the time we had this evening. Thank you so much for watching. Robert, you wanted to tell us about your jacket actually, and
All right, this I got from Anchors at Prestige. They specialize in giving you things that fit you very well. And every time you wear something that fits you well, you feel very confident when you walk out.
Yeah, and just like the ladies, you have a touch of pink in there.
Yes, I try. but not Jenna. What is it called, Jenna?
You're not Caitlin. He's not trying to be Caitlin. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. That's all the time we had. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Keep talking to us, and let's do this again next week. Good night.